Yo, what's good, guys? AP Jones back with another video. Finally, I know it's been like 2 months. I dropped a 2K video 2 months ago and then kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Um, gonna try to grind for y'all, okay? I love talking about the NBA. And I need to do it more. And teams can finally start making trades now. I don't think any is in the work. Like, I don't think we're gonna see any this week at the time of this recording. But you never know. Shit can go crazy, you know. Um, but so I want to talk some NBA. I want to talk some trades, all this shit. I got Zach Buckley from Bleacher Report. Did one trade target every NBA team should be thinking about. This was a month ago, so I'm a little late to it, but I'm gonna see how accurate some of that stuff is. Maybe there's guys that are totally off the table now that were on the table back then, and so we're just gonna go through it and see how accurate it is and what I think each team should do if they should go with that player or someone else. Um, First one we got up is the Atlanta Hawks, Jay Crowder. Um, so I'm pretty sure when this came out, there wasn't all that Trae Young drama with he might request out. I don't know how any. I don't know how true that is. I listen to a lot of NBA rumors and stuff like that, but that whole drama shit, like, oh, I want out and shit like that, I don't get too much into. But Crowder on the Hawks, I just don't see this team right now, like the Hawks have right now, him making them like that extra level. So I just don't see, because you're probably gonna have to. Yeah, see, the Hawks have been engaged with the Suns, couldn't be motivated even with the recent number. Could be used. Okay, well, I thought they were talking about getting rid of AJ Griffin. Well, see, I wish they said like ideas of what could. But if you got to give one of your young players up, I don't see the need for him, because if this was a championship roster and you were one piece away or something, sure, cool. That sure, maybe we think about it. But you got too much young talent on the bench, and to like get them playing time, you don't need him. No. So I say no now. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Next, Boston Celtics. I don't want to say easy trade, but it kind of is. They need another big off the bench, because right now I'm pretty sure they got Horford, um, Robert Williams, and then Luke Cornett coming off the bench. And no offense to Luke, but I'm pretty sure Bismack Biyombo would be a good rim runner and better defender in the post than Luke is. So I would say this is a good one, and they probably wouldn't have to give up much, if anything at all, for him. So I like this still. This is doable. But if they can find a way to get like, now I know this is like imagination trade, okay? I'm gonna do that actually. All right, ready? The Hawks, like, imagination trade, like someone that would fit perfectly, but there's just no way they're getting them. I would say to fit perfectly on this team. Now I'm not saying like a superstar like Giannis, of course, but I'm saying like the guys who are like kind of not untouchable, but like I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm talking about. So like for the Hawks, I say they're like dream player would probably be like a Porzingis. Now, I don't foresee that happening at all. But I'm just saying, like, now that's like their dream to go along with Murray and Trae Young. Have John Collins there still. He might be in that trade, but you get what I'm saying. Like that, I feel like that's their dream player. Okay, the Celtics' dream player. Now they already have like I said, it's harder with these top teams, because who am I supposed to say? But for this case, for the Celtics, I think Jakob Poeltl would be perfect on this team. He's exactly what they need. But I still think that's like they'd have to give up some, with especially how he's been playing and stuff like that. I don't think they're willing to do that when they can get Bismack and they already got Robert Williams. I don't think they do that, but that would be amazing. That's their dream. Brooklyn Nets, Mo Bamba. I don't think I like Mo Bamba. Okay, I like him. I think he would fit well in the Nets. I haven't heard much about that, so I don't know how true that's going to be. But I mean, he's exactly what they need. He can semi shoot. Um, he's obviously a great defender, and to back up Nick Claxton and to play alongside Simmons, I think he'd be. I like this. I like this. The dream pick, I would probably say. Hmm, the dream pick, I would probably say. Who would go with the Nets? Uh, They need a big. So maybe a John Collins. I don't hate that on that team. He just can't stretch the floor that much. All right. Yeah, we'll say John Collins, but I don't think that's like they're they're dying for him. But Charlotte Hornets, James Wiseman, I still agree with this. I like it. I don't see why not, especially if you can get like a younger player from the Warriors as well, like a Book Knight or like or even like a Plumlee, like a serviceable big man for right now too, something like that. Just because clearly he isn't playing that well. Maybe him and LaMelo can create some sort of. Weren't they in the same draft class too? That's wild. I think they were. So that'd be crazy if you had the number 1 and 2 pick, I believe, or number 1 and 3 pick. That would be wild. But yeah, he's not. I don't know if it's just that he doesn't fit that Warriors offense. He just needs more playing time. I don't know. But for the Charlotte Hornets, this makes all the sense in the world. And their dream pick, they're so bad right now. Tank for Wembanyama. Yep, that's their dream pick. Bulls, Jakob Poeltl. I like this still. Um, but I don't at the same time because I don't like where the Bulls are going. I don't know what they're doing. Um, but yeah, I like this pick. Their dream, dude, sell. Just sell. That's all I could say. That's their dream shit. Cavaliers, Beasley. Okay, this has changed a little bit. Sorry, I'm a Cavs fan, so I'm gonna talk for a second. So I've heard Kuzma in the mix. I've heard Tim Hardaway Jr. is a high option, I guess. I don't hate Beasley. I'm done with these like 6'3", 6'4" guards. I don't want them. Okay, we got Mitchell, Garland, Neto, Rubio, Okoro. They're all 6'5" and below. I want a wing. Okay, we need a wing. So I like Beasley as a player, but I think we need a guy like Kuzma, which I'll go to that. I think that's our dream player right now because I don't think we have enough to get Kuzma. Now, obviously, if that happened, cool. Actually, another dream player because Kuzma actually has been on the trade talks I've seen with the Cavs, so maybe we can make that happen. So I guess our dream player I would say is Mikal Bridges. He would legitimately fit this team like a literal glove. He's the epitome of. He's probably the best 3-and-D player in the league, and he's starting to get a little bag too, so he can score on his own and not just catch and shoot. But he's catch and shoot threes are amazing. He was second in running last year, I think, for defensive player of the year, so or third or something. But yeah, so our dream pick would definitely be Mikal Bridges. I would love Kuzma, but I don't. Malik Beasley, like I said, I'm done with the 6'5" and below guards. If we didn't have Mitchell, Garland, and all of them, sure, maybe I'd think about it, but no. We need wings because it's bad. We need some size because after Mobley and Allen, and no offense, I'm not Calvin Lopez, so after Mobley and Allen, we drop down to like 6'8" and below, 6'9" maybe with Love, and then it just drops. So it's like we need some size, and Kuzma would be perfect actually. So I think Kuzma. Like I said, this isn't a bad assessment still. I don't hate this, but I don't like it. Mavericks, Bogdan Bogdanovic. I like it. You need to give Luka some help and another scoring option because no offense. I don't even know if I like this actually. Because no offense to the Mavs, but Dinwiddie and Wood being your potential second best player because it's hit or miss with them. I don't see this helping them. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them getting Bogdan to come off the bench or whatever. I don't see this helping. So I don't really know what the Mavs can do. I guess their ideal is to get back Porzingis and how he's playing right now, and then have Luka and him be best friends. That would be a realistic thing. Realistic. He's not coming back, but I'm just saying like some sort of realism right there is have Porzingis come back and Luka and him are best friends and have no problems, and Porzingis plays how he is right now. Nuggets, Matisse Thybulle. Yeah, I like this just because more defense. The scoring load. I feel like you have such a good playmaker in Joker, and you have enough shooters on that team where he can kind of hide and maybe play that dunker spot or something. And Jokic loves that dunker spot, so that's perfect for him. So yeah, I like Matisse. Ideal, their team's solid. I guess a nice backup for Murray. Um, I can't think of the top of my head, but a nice backup for Murray, I feel like would be another good trade target. Detroit Pistons, draft picks, yeah. Get rid of Bogdan or Bojan. Get some picks, whatever you can, shit like that. Yeah, I don't disagree with this. Or get young players that you can think that you could develop with Cade and Sadiq and Killian Hayes and Jalen Duran and Isaiah Stewart, all them. So and Jaden Ivey. Yeah, I like that. Golden State Warriors, yeah, he's gonna be on a lot of people's uh board to get because he's playing so well for the Spurs and just like he's an above average serviceable big man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's above average. Like he's not all-star level, but he's not average level either. He's like right in between. Like he's playing really well and he's to be honest with you, it makes sense for any team. I don't think he's a bad fit on a lot of I don't think he's a bad fit on any team if any at all. So, I like that. Maybe get a stretch big for them because I don't think Pirtle shoots a three like that. So maybe an ideal trade target would be a stretch big that can knock down some threes too and rebound. Houston Rockets, RJ Hampton. They have so many fucking uh guards. I don't see how this makes sense. So I don't like this. Houston Rockets. Trade some of your guards away and stick with some. Now I get like if you want Josh Christopher, I don't think he's gonna be a starting point guard anywhere. So if you want to keep him for backup, sure. But like KPJ, Jalen Green, Eric Gordon, like just get rid of some, okay? And I don't see him fitting. I don't know. I don't see him fitting well. So I don't like this. Maybe get another big man, sure, right? Another big man, sounds good. Indiana Pacers, Sadiq Bey. Yeah, I don't hate this. Yeah. Uh, would he play? So it'd be Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin whenever he starts, or Buddy Hield, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Jackson, or whoever their power forward is, and then. So yeah, I don't. Sadiq Bey is a good player. I don't. Yeah, I like this actually. I don't know why I'm thinking about it too hard. I like this. So yeah, Sadiq Bey, their ideal, I guess, is kind of like Sadiq Bey. I guess I like this because he's a younger guy. I think he's like 22, maybe, 21 or something. He's a really good scorer. He has a 50-point game in his career now. So I like this pick. I don't. I guess this is their ideal one too because they're a young team and they're playing really well right now. So it makes sense. Los Angeles Clippers, PJ Washington. Yes, if you can keep Zubac, because he can't be your center, I believe. I would like him as a power forward, uh, spot up power forward alongside Zubac. Because then you'd have John Wall or Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi, PJ, and Zubac. So I do like that. So once again, teams now talent wise, record wise, they're not that good right now. But talent wise, it's hard to pick up like to think of like ideal players. So I guess they would be their ideal player. Maybe not him exactly in their head, but like an ideal guy like him would be the player that they want. Los Angeles Lakers, dude, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know because I feel like Russ has to be in that, and Russ is playing great right now off the bench. So I feel like you got to go lower. You know what I'm saying? Like Bradley Beal's an all star, whether he is this year or not. He's an all star. Um, I feel like you got to go like I don't even know what you could do because you want to keep Russ now because he's playing great off the bench. But if you trade Russ, you're not going to have that bench presence. But maybe you can get more servable. I don't know. The Lakers are fucked, so I don't even know they're. I don't know which way they're going. I don't know where they want to go. I don't know. So maybe this can work if they can keep Westbrook, but they can't. So I couldn't tell you. Memphis Grizzlies, Miles Turner. Yeah, this is a wow. This is actually their dream one too. I feel like this is perfect because you'd have fucking Morant, Bane, whoever the three is. Sorry, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Um, Jaren Jackson and Miles Turner, and then you got Steven Adams coming to the bench. So this is a no-brainer. I like this. Yep, still relevant. Yep. Miami Heat, Jay Crowder. I don't, bro. Is it just me, or am I the only one that doesn't really like Jay Crowder? I get he's a vet, and I get he's a good defender, and I get he's can knock down the three now. I get that, but like he's not making the Miami Heat a number one seed. You feel me? But I get, he was on the Heat for the finals run. But I don't know. Maybe I'm overlooking him, and I just don't really care. Or don't know too much. But I just feel like he's not like making, especially with the Heat right now with the injury ridden. Like he's not helping them become go from a 6 seed to a 3 seed. He's just not that player. So they got a lot of other things they got to fix and stay healthy before getting him back. But yeah, maybe I'm just overlooking him and or not really giving a fuck about him. But I just don't see why he's this highly like targeted. Their ideal Miami Heat would probably be a big to go with Bam because they have no one. And the one that played well when Bam was out that last year is either injured right now or they don't play him. I don't know which one it is, but Yurt Seven or whatever, how you ever say his name, he's either injured or they just don't play him. And he was playing well with Bam out, so I don't know. And I don't know if they want Bam to play the five or the four, but if you put him at the four and you get him a stretch big who can shoot the ball, that's a really good fit for that team. So sure, a stretch big. Milwaukee Bucks, Peyton Pritchard, pretty self-explanatory, and especially a team that's already so high. I like this nice backup point guard. I think he's better than George Hill, so he would be nice behind Drew Holiday. Minnesota Timberwolves, Josh Richardson. He has been playing well this year, so I think he's going to be on some radars. And yeah, I guess talent-wise, the Wolves are there. The product is horrible though, but because they Cat and Gobert should not be allowed to play basketball together, but they do. So Josh Richardson is not fixing that, but I don't hate it. Being a 3-and-D guy coming off the bench, he can kind of score, I believe, too. Coming behind, he could start instead of no. Jaden McDaniels is good, or is it Jalen? One of the two. I like him, so he could come off. He would come off the bench, though, I feel like. So I don't know. I don't hate it. I guess I don't really know what the ideal thing is because you can't fix fucking Gobert and Cat. So New Orleans Pelicans, Kelly Olynyk. They got Vucevic. I mean, yeah, if you're not playing Jackson Hayes too, he's a very good. He's an offensive center off the bench, so I guess I don't hate that. But he's getting cooked down low. But yeah, I don't hate it, especially because they're kind of in win now mode. I'm not saying they're winning the chip this year, but they're in win now mode. There's no like the rebuild is done. I feel like you traded for CJ, you got a healthy Zion back. Bi of course is injured right now, but he was healthy at the time. Like you're in win now mode. You're not trying to rebuild anymore. So yeah, he'd be a good bench player, I guess. Their ideal, I guess, is a stretch big. So sure, yeah, I don't hate that. New York Knicks, Robert Covington. He's so wishy-washy for me though. Like a good defender, 100%, and he wouldn't be bad coming off the bench for this team, especially with the way they've been playing. They need defense, I feel like, because Julius Randle is not locking anybody up. Um, so an ideal big to go alongside him and Julius Randle and Mitch Robinson. I don't hate it. Is Isaiah Hartenstein still on that team? Because I feel like I haven't heard nothing. If he is, I don't know about this, but he can also play. He can guard the three too. I feel like he can guard any 1 through 5 too. So I actually do like this if they made it happen. If they didn't have to give up anybody, okay, throw some picks at him. Call it a day. He's not doing shit. Oklahoma City Thunder, John Collins. So I like this. I don't think John Collins likes this. Not saying he's super old and he wants to win now and shit, but he's been to the conference finals now and stuff like that, and he's been the third or fourth best player on the court in the conference finals, I would say, because he was locking up too. He just wanted to get that bag, and now he doesn't know how to defend. But I do like this though. Athletic big who can kind of shoot now. If he locked down, actually play defense, him, Shea, Giddy, Chet when he comes back, Jalen Williams, like they have we all know that they got a young squad, but so yeah, I don't hate this. I don't know how they make it happen. Throw a lot of picks at the Hawks, I guess, and maybe like one or two young guys. I don't know. I like this if they don't have to give up a shit ton, which they shouldn't have to because he's not like a Mitchell or Gobert trying to trade in. I mean, Gobert got a lot too, so who fucking knows? I fucking hate Gobert. Sorry. Orlando Magic, Moses Moody. Yeah, 3 guy. He could probably come off the bench for Franz or something. Athletic. I like it. I don't hate it. I don't really know what the Orlando Magic really need right now because they're still rebuilding. And they got Powell too, who plays at 3 and 4. So I don't know. I don't hate it, but I think they need some guards actually. So I guess their ideal trade would be a guard, someone like a Trae Young. Trae Young's 24, I believe, playing alongside that young core. Just saying, can't be scary. I actually like that. Okay, so I found that. Philadelphia 76ers, Eric Gordon, yeah, good scorer off the bench, spot up shooter off the bench alongside James Harden, shit like that. I think he already played with James Harden with the Rockets because I feel like Gordon's been there for fucking 10 years. Yeah, veteran scorer off the bench. I like that. And I feel like that's ideal because their talent's there. They're in win now mode, all that shit. So I like this. Yeah, free Eric Gordon is right still to this day. Phoenix Suns, Bogdan again. Yeah, I feel like they need that score off the bench. Yeah, once again, I don't really know what the Suns can do because Chris Paul is not. He dropped down significantly even when he was there from even when he was at in Phoenix the first year. Booker's been dealing with injuries. Ayton, I hate him because I don't hate him. That was harsh. But so I'm using Jared Allen because I'm a Cavs fan. Jared Allen doesn't have the skills Ayton does, but I would pick Jared Allen over Ayton 1,000,000% because Jared Allen does what he does at a high level. He blocks shots, plays great defense, rebounds the ball, and catches lobs. Ayton thinks he's like the second coming of Shaq and Hakeem mixed together. Like I don't know, I just don't like his attitude and shit. So I don't know they should have got rid of him. To be honest, they should have let him walk. But I don't know. Maybe they see something that I don't. And like I said, I don't watch a lot of Suns games, so I can't tell you. But just from what I see, I don't like it. So I don't really care what their trade target is either. Portland Trailblazers, Jay Crowder again. I don't. Am I missing something, guys? I really must be missing something. Their ideal trade would be a big man, I would say. Uh, to either start over Nurk or back up Nurk. So whoever they can get in that echelons, I don't. Fuck you, Jay Crowder. I don't know. I'm taking Jeremy Grant over you every day. So get off this team. Sacramento Kings Mo Bamba. Yeah, because I don't know any of the backup bigs for Sabonis. So I think Metu, but I'm taking Mo Bamba over him purely size, shot blocking. I'm pretty sure he can shoot now too. So I like Mo Bamba and free Mo Bamba too. No offense to him, but and it might be him. Like I said, I don't watch a lot, but he's not getting no burn since Bol Bol came out. And I love Bol Bol, but Mo Bamba doesn't deserve this. He was there first. So yeah, I like this. Ideally, yeah, I like the Sacramento Kings team. They're young. I like them. So yeah, I think that's our ideal. San Antonio Spurs draft picks. Yeah, once again, Pop. I think this is last season. I could have made that up. I don't know, but if it is, I feel bad. Um, yeah, draft picks. Their ideal is just get Pop the number one pick for his last year, basically. Well, going into his last year or for his last year, be so bad that you get him the first overall pick for the next year. Yeah, do that. I like that. That's your ideal. Toronto Raptors, Kobe White. I do think they need more guard play. So yeah, because outside of Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent, I don't know any guards on that team because they're all 6'8" and above. I feel like, and they're really bad this year. Well, I don't want to say they're really bad because they beat my team twice already, but 3 times maybe. But they are not what they should be compared to last year. And I think a lot of that is Fred VanVleet's not playing at all-star level this year either. But I think they do need a little bit more guard play because, yeah, you got Malachi Flynn, which no offense to him, all the power to him, but I think Kobe White's better than him. And Banton, and he's not. Banton's a semi guard, but he's fucking like 6'8". So I don't know. Yeah, I like this. Their ideal. I don't know what they could do either, because they got the talent and they got the size. So I don't know what they could do. Utah Jazz. Jackson Hayes. No. What does this do? What the fuck? What does that do for them? I guess if you're trying to like get younger and then build with that, yeah, but I don't see him being like I'm looking long term for this at least. That's immediately where my head went. And I don't see Jackson Hayes being like the number one on a bench. I mean, a number one center on a top three seed in the West, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see that happening. I do think they should trade away Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, let them go win somewhere else and get some picks or young players alongside them. Because they're playing really well right now too, so their trade value is very well. So yeah, and I think when I say I don't think you build around Laurie Markkinen, but I feel like he is your stepping stone to get to a better team. And so I say build around him. I don't necessarily mean he's your number one guy because I love Laurie. He's playing great and he is basically number one guy this year on a eighth seeded Utah Jazz team, I believe, or whatever they are. But I don't think he's the number one on a championship team. But you need to start. He's your stepping stone. Like he's where you start. Now you don't build around him. Maybe you find another guy and you build around him. But he's your starting piece, and I like him, so I think you keep him. Or he's out next season and they're really, really tanking and just gonna go fucking 1-81 next year. I don't know. Um, Washington Wizards, Kevin Durant. I don't even want to talk about this anymore because KD's not leaving. He just got hurt too. They don't. The Wizards don't have enough to give him. They just don't. So I don't like that. They don't got enough to give the Nets. So it just doesn't make sense. And god damn, that picture does not do him justice. I know he's skinny, but look at that right arm of his. That shit. Holy shit. Sorry, Kitty. But yeah, I don't like that. They're ideal. Get rid of Bradley Beal, okay? And tank. Now, I'm not even saying tank. Just lose some games. Have some dignity. Either be really bad or try to be really good. You guys are just mediocre at best. Like you're too bad to be in the even in the play-in, but you're too good to be the worst team in the league. So it just pisses me off. I don't like it. I don't know. So a lot of these were accurate. I feel like for being from a month ago. I think I think there's gonna be a lot of trades this before the trade deadline. I don't think there's gonna be any huge trades. Like I think the biggest player that gets traded, to be honest, besides Bradley Beal, because I don't know what the fuck they got going there, because no team's gonna want that contract unless they got guys they want to get rid of for that. I don't know, and so I'm guessing that the biggest guy, like the biggest name that gets traded, is Jakob Poeltl, and that's not huge, but I just think that's the biggest name. And maybe I'm missing some, and maybe there's like if Kuzma got traded, I think that'd be a pretty big name to get traded to. But a guy that I feel like is almost 95% sure he's getting traded is Jakob Poeltl. That's probably the biggest guy that's going to get traded, and that's for sure. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of trades to help teams get better bench depth, maybe get a backup guard, center, because we need to do that too. If we don't get Kuzma, we need to address the backup big position, because I love Lopez, but he's not there. And I love Love, but he ain't loving being on the court recently, okay? Because he's shooting poorly. I think he's 1 for 15 in his last 3-point attempts. So we need to address some sort of situation. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to start making these videos when I see these articles come out, or when there's a big trade talk going on or something like that. I just want to start pushing out content. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys, if you are a Cavs fan, probably not if you're watching this, but it's okay if you are. I have a podcast called The Land. Find me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all that shit. Make sure you go like that. Follow me on Twitter at The Land. I talk about basketball, mostly the Cavs, but I talk about NBA in general. And yeah, make sure you guys leave a like and sub if you haven't already. It really helps me out. Also, leave a comment down below with trades that you think are going to happen, you want to happen, and let me know your guys' favorite team in the comments too. So yeah, I'm out. Deuces.